I praise AHAYAH. I praise to AHAYAH by Hashem Yeshaya. Shalom to Israel. I just want to do a short excerpt on Rabbi Master. I think it's very important for us to put this energy and information out right now. I think it's timely because everything that's happening. Just to give you a short testimony of how I came to know about Rabbi Master. About, I want to say 9 years ago, I was getting some electrical work done in my home, and there was a young man who went to a church, and this church had 15,000 so-called African Americans going there. Okay, so he invited me to his mega church, and he was putting some, like I said, some electrical outlet in my home because he was installing the jacuzzi, and he needed a separate outlet to be put in so I wouldn't blow my system. So anyway, he was a cool guy. I liked him. He's a really, really nice guy. So he invited me to his church, and I said, hey, you know, I don't know. Because every time I go to church, I'm always playing ping pong with the pastor. You know, I'm sitting there saying, that's not right. Okay, that's right. No, and it's just a ping pong match all day long with me. So I really didn't want to go, but at the same time, I thought it was, you know, kind of cool that he invited me or whatever, you know. So I went on and went, which was really weird because I know it wasn't nothing but AHAYAH now. When I went, it just so happened that Rabbi Master was teaching that day. Okay, now he's not, from my knowledge, I think that was his first time ever coming to that church, that mega church. And just for those that don't know, Rabbi Master has been teaching the so-called African Americans, our people, that they're Hebrews. But I want to tell you a little bit about the origin of him because a lot of people don't know the origin part because they haven't been following them long. They've been seeing them on YouTube for the last year or two, and they think they know some things about them. But I know a little bit more because, like I said, I was strategically placed in this position to see this. And if you go on social medias and different places, you'll see different usernames in my testimony about it. And if you saw that would be me. I was the one who made those comments. It's very important that we understand these things today because we have to understand how to combat what's being taught to our people. So for that reason, you know, I want to say that, you know, just give you an idea of the history of that. So I'm at this church. Let's go back to the church. I'm at this church and I'm listening to him talk about our people. And I knew that I was Israel, and those that know my testimony, you know, you refer back to it or whatever. But I didn't know how. I didn't know about Deuteronomy 28. I just knew what AHAYAH had told me. So I knew that I was an Israelite, and I knew that I was from the seed of David. I just didn't know how. Okay? I just believed AHAYAH, and that's what it was for me. But it wasn't foreign for me to hear this. But something wasn't right. By me knowing that I'm Judah, something was wrong when he was talking. And he was telling the people at first that they were grafted in. He did not say at all that they were the children of Israel through blood. He said that they were grafted in through the tribe of Ephraim. Okay? This is what he was teaching at first. Now, if you want to get his earlier tapes, if they have them available, hey, by all means, check up on it because you know how we do. We prove all things. Okay? But I'm telling you, I was there. And you should have seen the faces of the people that were there. We talking about a church with 15,000 members. When I got there, I had called the brother to see if he was around. I couldn't catch up with him. But like I said, 15,000 members, you know, it's a big church, you know. But anyway, to make a long story short, I was there. I heard it. I was shocked. And the people that were there, they were shocked. You should have seen their faces. They were looking like, you got to be kidding. Because they had never heard nothing like this before. And you could see it on their faces. Some people were shouting, running through the church. Some people were happy, and they were, you know, it was all kind of stuff going on. But I was sitting there like something is not right. And I didn't know about Deuteronomy 28 at the time. Okay? Now let's fast forward. A couple of years later, he's teaching something different. Okay? He's teaching that we're from the tribe of Ephraim and that we were also married in. Okay? So we were married in other words, the women that the tribes were marrying, you know, that our foreparents were marrying, the 12 tribes of Israel. They were African women. So this is how we were grafted in. This is what he was trying to say. He had changed the story a little bit. We weren't just grafted in. We were grafted in through Ephraim, and that's what he was trying to say. He was trying to say that we were, some of us were from Ephraim and so forth. Okay, what's the problem with that? Several holes in that. first of all, if he can keep Judah asleep, then mission accomplished. You understand what I'm saying? You know, we know that Judah would be praised by his brethren. You know, so we know that the charts are correct. Okay, so anybody that comes and tells us that we're something else, they're connecting us to a bloodline or a connection that's not really ours. So it's still a lie. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to show our people that we were connected in through Ephraim and so forth. Okay, so this is one of the things that he was saying a few years later. Okay, let's fast forward. What is he saying now? Okay, okay, he's changed this thing quite big. But I just want to go back to that point. I'm sorry about him talking about Ephraim and so forth. If that was the case, and if we're grafted in, and if we were linked in through the mothers, then as an Ashkenazi, wouldn't that be exactly what they believe? So where would he fit in if that's the case? See, so there's holes in everything that he's saying, because we realize that they believe, the Ashkenazis believe, that you're linked in through your mother. So if we're linked in through the mother, what did that leave them? Okay, so the reason why I'm bringing this out is because it's like I said, we have to combat what these people are teaching our people. And we have to understand the origin and why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, now we know the reason why they're doing it is because they know we're waking up. So they want to be able to put a monkey wrench in the game, even at the last minute. So we have to understand exactly what's going on, because this is what we're dealing with. So why did he plant this seed in here? Well, let's get down to who is in charge of that and who gave permission for that. We know that Kenneth Copeland is the grandfather of that particular church, okay? And he called him a prophet in front of everybody. This can be found on YouTube, okay? So Kenneth Copeland, you Google him, you'll find out what's going on. He told him to go into the churches. Now, why Creflo Dollar haven't taken him in? Because Creflo Dollar teaches that the law is done away with. So if they were to come into Creflo Dollar churches, he would have to apologize for all the lies that he told already. So that's why he's not accepting them in his church. So far, he hasn't done it. And he's connected to that same entity, to Kenneth Copeland. Okay? So you guys need to know all this stuff, because this is what we're combating in our communities, because we know the church has a big voice, especially the so-called African-American church. So this is what we're dealing with in our church now. So now he's saying, like once again, that it's 8 tribes of the children of Israel are black. You know, and then he says things like Christ is not white, so-called white. But then he turned around and said that he's from the tribe of Judah. So it's a lot of holes in what he's saying, you know. And I'm trying to bring this out because if someone stumbles to this page, just like I stumbled to their church 10 years ago, you know, and we know that there's no accidents with the Most High, then you need to know that you need to do some serious research. You need to do your research for yourself. And which brings me into what I'm about to go to next. There was a sister on Black Planet that had mentioned him. And I want to read something. So my son Yada is going to read what she wrote. Start at the top.
We all know that black people have lost their heritage, and some are on the search to discovering their roots.
Okay, hold on right there. Before he read that, she wrote a part in there saying, please read the first section of this page. So this is the public page, and I want to make that perfectly clear. Now, go ahead.
But who has ever answered the reason why we have lost our heritage? Search no more. Our history and our answers lie here. Black history in the Bible. There's a Jewish Christian rabbi named Rabbi Ralph Messer who has visited my predominantly black church in Detroit, Word of Faith, International Christian Center, numerous of times now. He has traveled to Africa several times with a combination of his rabbinistic teachings, his ministerial skills, his expertise in black history and the Bible, his wisdom, passion, and love for God. He has formulated a series of DVD and or audio cassette tapes about black history and the Bible. He has visited Word of Faith since January 9th, 2005. And if you are familiar with the year of Jubilee or the order of the Melchizedek in the biblical scriptures, then you know that this plays a part of fulfilling of the prophecy spoken in the Bible 300 3,500 years ago.
Okay.
He's anointed and extremely passionate about his teachings. His DVD or audio series below can be purchased at www.torah.tv. It may change your life. Black people in the Bible. The history of the African Americans and their vital role in God's kingdom. A brief introduction. Let me read this too. What if the experience of slavery by the black race, however tragic and devastating, was fulfillment of prophecy? What if the continuing prejudice and persecution is an assignment against God's eternal plan? What if Afro-Americans are Hebrews? What if the black race is one of the lost tribes of Israel? What if the end of the story takes us back to the beginning? This is a unique series in that the black experience in America and other countries is like no other in the history of mankind. This teaching examines color and race in the Bible from the Hebrew perspective of our Hebrew God. We see the depth of our Creator's design and the purpose and man's desire to deify himself and disobey God's commandments. This is manifested in the black race directly and through the generations. This is not a whodunit exposed. It is Rabbi's master's heart that we all be set free in Yahshua. Please don't knock it until you've heard the message. Believe me, it's an extremely detailed and descriptive teaching. I wouldn't broadcast it if it was a bunch of propaganda and lies. The what ifs are used as a means of suggestion until you catch the truth being slowly revealed. Please visit to order the DVD or audio cassette tapes. Note, the product is located in the link Rabbi Messer's teaching or tape series. I myself haven't ordered the series yet, but he has taught a small portion of the series at the Word of Faith International Christian Center, and so far his teachings are astonishing. I'm going to purchase this series ASAP. As mentioned, there are sales via the internet, www.torah.tv, or you can call 1-866-867-2488 to place an order.
How much are the DVDs?
Oh, there are 4 DVDs for $45.
So he's charging $45 for something that you can get on the internet from my brother for free. Go ahead.
It's also available on audio
Plus
cassette.
You won't get no lies.
It's also available on audio cassette for $15.
Okay. So I wanted to bring that out because I wanted to show you that this sister, or our sister, and I'm not knocking the sister because she don't know, but this is what we got to deal with now. So any teachings that he's coming up with, our people are believing this stuff, and we got to deal with it. And the church has a big voice in our community. So that means that we're not only dealing with it with the people that's in church, but we're dealing with the people outside the church as well. So I wanted to bring this out because I thought it was very important. But let me just show y'all something. See this right here? Just get one of these. See this? Get this. See this? Get this. See this? Get this. See this? Get this. I can do this all day. We got plenty of books. The ones behind me. See this? Get this. Get this. The Nazis. Get this. The Van Bible Compact Dictionary. These are the things we need, and we don't have to buy this information from people that's going to give us lies. We got to make sure that we get this information and get the truth. This person believes this person. This woman believes in Rabbi Master. Whatever he says, she believes it because as you heard what she said, this guy did extensive research, and in her mind, that's what she believes. She don't know that he's there as an agent to keep us from finding out who we really are. That he's not connecting us to the line of Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That he's connecting our people to Ephraim, and some of our people are from Ephraim. Don't get me wrong, the tribes are who they are, but we've done research and we already know that that the charts are correct. We already know that that's just one section of the world, or two corners of the world. We know that there's another two corners that's undiscovered, and we don't know all of them. We know some of them. We know through the oppression and so forth. But for the most part, we know, who we are. So we don't need nobody else outside of us telling us who we are. You should be tired of that, because you're not going to get your history. You're going to get his story. That's what you're going to get. So go back to Genesis or gene essence and find out who you are. That's what I've been calling it since I was 18, gene essence, or the essence of the genes, to find out who you are. Go back to that. And that's what we need to do. So we need to wake up, and I'm seeing that he's doing a theology replacement, okay, of replacement theology. In other words, it's a replacement theology because in the minds of the Christians, we've never been taught this before. And then there's a replacement of the replacement, linking us to Ephraim instead of Judah. So wake up, y'all. Wake up and see what's going on. And this had to be put out. So, I'm hoping that this go viral and brothers will see exactly what's going on. This is important so we find out what we're dealing with. And this is some of the reasons why we can't wake up our people, because they're interfering again with the process. With that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
And that we love you, Israel. We're going to close out with a prayer, and we're going to call it a day until next time. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. So be it. Salute.